So today we will be going over a GoWiPe attack. We'll get the basics out of the way real quick. The main two spells that I recommend for GoWiPe is Heals and Rage, but you also need a way to circumvent the walls a little bit. So 4 Quakes is very common, or 1 Jump spell could work also. The advantage of Quakes over a Jump spell is that the jump spell, it's temporary, but the time's pretty long on it, so that's not that big a deal. But the units have to physically jump over each section of wall, and sometimes that can disrupt their attack speed, especially if you're going to drop a rage spell. They might spend a couple extra seconds jumping over the walls and not actually utilizing the rage spell. So if you use 4 earthquakes, you just eliminate the walls, get them right out of the way. So that's why it's very common to bring that over a jump spell. And also, you get 1 quake in your clan castle, and so you're really only taking up 3 of your own spell slots for the earthquake. So for a Town Hall 10, that leaves you with 4 spells. Either 2 heals or 2 rage is probably the best combination. For Town Hall 9, if you bring 3 quakes plus 1 in your CC, I recommend 2 heals and 1 rage. And you'll need 2 to 3 golems, 3 to 4 P.E.K.K.A.s, and the rest wizards, a couple wall breakers. So the very basics of the attack is you send in your golem from the side that you want to attack from to gather the attention of all these outer defenses. And so once all of these golems are hitting the defenses, then you drop your line of wizards behind them to start creating your funnel. You want to get rid of all of these buildings kind of in that area so that when you drop your first P.E.K.K.A. and your heroes, that they're going to go the direction that you want them to, which is into the core of the base. So this army has 3 P.E.K.K.A.s plus 1 in this clan castle, so a total of 4 P.E.K.K.A.s and 3 golems. So the earthquakes are dropped first so that you're not having to worry about that mid-combat. Then the golems come down and the wizards behind them to create the funnel. Once the attention of all the defenses are hitting these golems, then the wall breakers come in. And one thing about P.E.K.K.A.s is that you want them to be spread out. Multiple P.E.K.K.A.s hitting the same building is not very efficient at all, and a lot of times it can slow them down considerably. So you definitely want to delay the dropping of your P.E.K.K.A.s a few seconds in between each other, or spread them out just a couple tiles so that make sure and target separate buildings and not, you don't want to drop any more than 1 P.E.K.K.A. in the same tile. That will lead to them just following each other around and wasting a lot of their attack potential. So the golems and the heroes and 2 of the P.E.K.K.A.s make their way into here. I definitely recommend dropping that rage spell pretty soon once they get through that exterior wall into the core just a little bit, especially with CC like dragons and balloons. That's gonna eat up your whole army fairly quickly. So the rage spell helps the wizards that went in and the queen take care of that quite a bit, because a lot of times you might not have space for a poison spell. So rage spell definitely is more useful early on in the attack. It helps you bust through a lot of the defenses quicker also. And then the main key point that I want to make is the clan castle was dropped here, which had a P.E.K.K.A. and some wizards in it, which means that this P.E.K.K.A. is going to start making its way around the outside of the base. The 4th P.E.K.K.A. was dropped over here, and it's going to have some wizards dropped right behind it that's going to follow around this side of the base. The main problem with GoWiPe is if you put all of your troops into the core, you have a cannon archer tower, another cannon, another archer tower. All of these outer point defenses are behind a wall no matter what angle you come from. You don't have enough spells or wall breakers to be able to get through these walls from the opposite side. So once they start getting into the core, it runs out of steam. There's no way to get to these outer things unless you drop P.E.K.K.A.s on the outside with an escort of maybe 3, 4, 5 wizards at the most. They don't need a whole lot of wizards, but P.E.K.K.A.s are pretty tanky. They have quite a bit of health. So as you can see, these P.E.K.K.A.s start walking around the outside, and there's these defenses are just hammering them. But the timing of it works out extremely well because the wizards are going to come through and take out these defenses. So you have the wizards taking out the defenses as the P.E.K.K.A. walks and hits, and the P.E.K.K.A. walk and hits, and the wizards take out stuff about the same speed as the P.E.K.K.A.'s taking out these buildings. So if you send P.E.K.K.A.s around the outside with wizard escorts, they're able to take care of that outer rim and the far edge of the building that you otherwise would run out of steam. See how these golems, they're just out of breath, they're out of steam. There's nowhere else for them to go except beat walls. And P.E.K.K.A.s do enough damage that they can get through walls fairly quickly, but not that quickly. And so if you send them around the outside, it really helps to seal up that 100%. So that was a Town Hall 10 attacking a Town Hall 9. I wanted to show a Town Hall 9 using this same attack, just to show you that it's not just a Town Hall 10 bullying a Town Hall 9. So I'll pause it real quick. So the golems are level 4 instead of level 5, and the P.E.K.K.A.s are level 3 instead of level 5, which is more of a gap. And you have one less spell. The heroes are lower. But as you can see here, the Expos are max. The cannons are not max level, and the arch towers are not max level. But these walls are all level 9. So this is, this is a middle of the road Town Hall 9. But this is fairly common layout. I would consider this as somewhat anti 3-star base. It's got a lot of compartments. It's very well set up. It's not just some crap base that I decided to hit. So I dropped the earthquakes here in the center to open up as much space as I could. The golems are dropped. The wizards come behind them. Wall breakers come in to open up that first layer of wall. So one P.E.K.K.A., 2 out of the 3 P.E.K.K.A.s are dropped into this core team with the heroes to help eat away, to help get rid of the queen, get rid of these expos, and really get the ball going there. And then here's the P.E.K.K.A. down at the bottom, coming out of the CC with his escort of wizards behind him. So as everything's just eating up the core through the middle like normal, you have this one P.E.K.K.A. and a little team of archers. The P.E.K.K.A. is going to go in front and draw the fire of all these single building defenses one at a time. And the wizards are going to follow right behind the P.E.K.K.A. and just take them out one at a time around the outside. I'll speed this up a little bit because that's pretty much it. I mean, I thought that GoWiPe was kind of a lost art, that it was outdated, because I've seen it 2-star a million times, and I haven't really seen it 3-star a whole lot lately against high wall buildings. But it seems to be the way to get around that, to break through that wall to get the 3-star, is to just send a P.E.K.K.A. around the outside, send a couple wizards to kind of escort it, and that's pretty much it. So play around with it, and I hope you guys have good luck getting 3 stars with GoWiPe against Town Hall 9.